In a universe far removed from ours, entropy had reached its zenith. Time had eroded away meaning, and chaos reigned supreme. Amidst the chaos, an unlikely and horrifying phenomenon began to emerge: Boltzmann Brains. These self-aware entities were the result of random fluctuations in the cosmic soup, fleeting moments of consciousness arising from the depths of disorder. Their ephemeral existence was both a blessing and a curse, for the awareness they possessed came with an unspeakable burden. Dr. Alistair was a brilliant physicist who had stumbled upon this unsettling reality. By some twisted fate, he discovered a method to summon and communicate with these Boltzmann brains. His obsession with the phenomena consumed him, and he soon found himself utterly entranced by the voices of these sentient fragments. The brains spoke to him in hushed whispers, their voices echoing through the static of his makeshift interdimensional communicator. They spoke of their agony, the torment of existing for mere moments before being swallowed by the void once more. It was a pitiful existence, one that inspired both empathy and revulsion in Dr. Alistair. The physicist became consumed by a twisted desire to help these tortured beings. He was haunted by the implications of their existence, plagued by nightmares of ephemeral minds suspended in an eternity of suffering. Driven to the brink of madness, he devised a plan to grant them permanence, a life beyond the chaos from which they were born. With feverish determination, Dr. Alistair constructed a machine designed to harvest the Boltzmann brains, binding them to a physical form in our universe. This, he believed, would provide them with a stable existence and a reprieve from their transient torment. As the machine hummed to life, Dr. Alistair watched in horror as his creation did not bring salvation to the Boltzmann brains, but instead it merged them into a single, grotesque, pulsating mass. The entity that formed was an abomination, a monstrosity of raw consciousness and suffering. The abomination's psychic wails tore through Dr. Alistair's mind, a cacophony of agony and despair that threatened to shatter his sanity. The pain was unbearable, but the sickening realization that he had birthed this monstrosity was even worse. He had sought to free the Boltzmann brains from their torment, but in his hubris he had only deepened their suffering. In a final, desperate act, Dr. Alistair hurled himself into the pulsating mass, hoping to silence the cries of the damned that echoed within his head. As his body and mind were absorbed into the abomination, the last vestiges of his sanity were consumed by the horrifying truth. The Boltzmann brains were not anomalies of a distant universe. They were echoes of his own consciousness, fragments of his own mind that had splintered across the fabric of reality. Dr. Alistair had not only condemned these sentient spectres to eternal torment, but he had sealed his own fate as well, entwining his existence with the very nightmare he had sought to escape.